She was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine. She said, "How'd you like to waste some time?" And I could not resist when I saw little Nicky grind. The castle started spinning, or maybe it was my brain. I can't tell you what she did to me. But hey, Cesaro back in the number one spot. Indo Niles here, XD. Foxy the Pirate's Fox Licks is in. Little Dookie staying nice. Dude, Perfect 2's here. Willie's in. Mestre Madara. Oh, and I got way behind. Positive negativity. I smelled anime pussy. Amisama, Nightwolf, Benjamin, Jalen, Brian, the Doodling Gamer, and then Asian writing that I can't even come up with a good nickname for. Kevin's in, Big Boy. Yeah, I just obviously, as is the case every day, just in the mood to talk anime. I don't, again, some days I guess it's even. Apparently, the dogs wanted to talk anime too. As soon as they heard me discuss and discuss, my dogs would be terrible anime characters. They'd be boring. Doing good, Shirokage. Hey, you know what? As we're getting people in here and everything, I want to ask you guys. For those of you who, I haven't gotten a lot of response, at least to this question yet, in that most recent video I posted. So for any of you who are in here who are not part of the Goosh, are just here at the YouTube channel, do you guys like or at least prefer those update videos I give from the Goosh where, whatever, I just take, for those who aren't familiar, I take very short clips to make sure the video stays up. Very short clips of each of the 3 series that we're currently watching at the Goosh, and then I post them to the YouTube channel. So far, those have done well. They haven't had any, I don't think I've had any of them blocked. I've gotten hooked on pervy Japanese idols. Need AA. Nothing wrong with being hooked on pervy Japanese idols. Yes, 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 yeah. Okay, cool. It seemed to me you guys did, and you know what? That was just simply my failing when I got the notification that the Death Note episode had been blocked. I got thinking about, well, geez, I like, because again, the whole, I like Corey in the House, BG says, the whole anime thing, I like when we share anime stuff, and it's like, goddamn, you completely forgot to, because I've been doing Dragon Ball Super, you completely forgot to give updates. So I'll try and remember to stay. I'm thinking I should probably be doing that the other way on Amazon Lily. Who cares? Well, I was going to say, who cares how long I survive Flame Enforcer, but, oh, for those of you who don't know, I just hit Amazon Lily and where we are in One Piece. And I shouldn't say I don't care how long I survive. I just don't care if I die there. But, oh, what a way to go out. I want to have some fun first. I want them to pull on my little mushroom. Luffy's my boy. Luffy's one of my all-time favorite characters in the anime. But god damn it, he needs to start having more respect for the titties. And I just met Boa Hancock. That episode hasn't posted yet. But as a matter of fact, I will try. Yeah, it'll be tomorrow. What I'll try and do for you guys who are here at the YouTube channel, tomorrow's videos that go up to the Goosh, I will try and make sure I post clips from them, because there's a One Piece clip in there that I was going to share with you guys as a standalone anyway, because it was so hilarious to me. So Luffy's gay, bro. I love Luffy. Oh, licks. And see, the thing is, I know well, you guys who are over at the Goosh will hear me say it in the reaction. I knew who Boa Hancock was. She's too much of an icon to, being into anime at all. Even if I hadn't watched One Piece, I know who Boa Hancock was as far as what she looks like. I had no idea who she is as a character within the series. And now knowing how badass she is on top of how hot. And it's funny too, because I said it in the video. As soon as she goes all heart there, with her beam that turns everybody into stone, I immediately thought of Ribrianne. And now when Ribrianne went all power of love, I wanted her stupid face smashed. And when Boa Hancock did it, I was like, yeah, I'm with you. It was just, entirely different reactions for some reason. Luffy's just a foodify. Yeah, unfortunately, Arthur. Well, I can't say unfortunately because I like that aspect of him as well. But I was getting frustrated with him, even with I forgot her name, the little blonde chick from the island there. That the two of them get separated together, separated from the other women, and you could see that she was starting to make a real connection with Luffy, and he was just like, yeah, whatever. Just started rewatching Cowboy Bebop. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, and oh, Willie saying that made me think. I won't stop trying to find other series that can be put up at the YouTube channel. I'll continue going through them. But those of you who are here in the streams with me, by all means, because you do know what's going on, please feel free to share that when we get the inevitable questions at the YouTube channel. But I'm thinking I'm kind of doing it wrong. I probably should be, and tell me what you guys think. I probably should be prioritizing giving you guys at the YouTube channel the little clips of what we do over at the Goosh, because everybody seems to be more into being kept up to date there, and then putting the whatever series we're trying to post at the YouTube channel, making that like the secondary thing, because I've been doing it the opposite. Mealag says, Boa Hancock is one of my special moves where I dislocate my wrist and use the lanky limb to jerk off. Oh, yeah, Phoenix. So, I mean, the three of them are just... And I was talking about that in the video as well. I mean, I think Nami's gorgeous, but Robin's my girl in One Piece. And it'll be interesting to see if Boa Hancock could supplant her. I don't think so, even though there'd be a strong case that Boa Hancock might even be hotter. But there's just something really attractive about Robin to me. Again, a lot of it I think is her intelligence and her confidence. I like the way she carries herself. Big Green says, keeping the YouTube up to date will help with people wanting you to watch animes you either watched or are already watching too. Yeah, and it seems like Big Green, and this again was my fault for not really sitting down and thinking this through. It seems like just watching the watch times on them and everything, those seem to be the ones that everybody is into the most. Maybe it's because of what we're currently doing, Wolverine is Afro Mike. Look for next post. It's an announcement. Okay. Igor says, Curtis, you want an anime to really make you laugh in these hard times that suggest Demi-chan wa Kataratai? It's slice of life, yet completely hilarious. Again, I've enjoyed the slice of life anime that we've seen or are watching, Igor, but I don't have, there's no place to fit in more anime watching for me right now. We're doing the 3 regulars a day, of course, at the Goosh. Whatever I post over here at the YouTube channel. Excuse me, guys, I got a hair on me or something. Hair, where'd that come from? We've had a big month for Gusha 100 videos, so there's just really no time for anything else. Was it? Oh, it's talking to Chrome. Oh God, no one better spoil that, or I'm gonna be. Yeah, that's why I always have I have faith in you, and Chrome, and all you guys, BG, all of you. That's why I have faith to come in here and talk about whatever I want, because I know you guys are always gonna be on top of that for me. If nothing else, then Naruto certainly proved that. Okay, Wolverine says, any spoilers, especially... Oh my gosh, it got something on me. Especially with where we are in One Piece will result in an immediate ban. Yes, he is correct. This has served as one and only warning. Violators will be violated. Yeah, and that's been the rule here for some time. So, again... We know there will be the occasional douchebag who has nothing else to do in life and wants to try and spoil. But just so you're aware, you'll never get through to me with the mods we have here, and you'll just be eliminated from... You will be eliminated from the organization. All right, let's tell them the truth. We'll have you killed. Everybody's talking about Dr. Stone Shirokage. Again, you can check out fill in the blank. I don't have time for anything extra. But Dr. Stone, I was really surprised by how much support Dr. Stone got, having really had even heard of it prior. It got a ton of support in those last nominations we had. Ree says, we're lagging? I haven't gotten any lag here yet. Anybody else getting some lag? It's been good on my end. The signal going out is good. Oh, let's see, Mr. Prince Music. Why have you not done a vid on the rest of Shippuden? All of Shippuden's been covered, every piece of it. A lot of it got blocked down at YouTube, but it's all been covered. The last dozen episodes are up at the Goosh at our Patreon as well, because that's where I had to upload them when they started hitting me with the block attacks. But those were also up at the YouTube channel, but then they got waxed when the Vimeo account got waxed. So they've all been done. They're just not all available anymore. No lag? None here? Okay. Like I say, mine's been good. I just want to make sure. Phoenix, I'm Gucci and Hancock Coochie. Oh, yeah. She is ridiculously gorgeous. Just crazy. I want to spoil on Dragon Ball Super videos you've already watched. Super was good. I had a great time with Super. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that one over at the channel, because that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Dr. Stone is a really good draw in manga. Yeah. What is that? El Pizarribus? El Pizarribus? Garza? I had never heard of it mentioned really prior to, and it was a while ago we had our last nomination thread, but it got nominated and got tons of support. It made it to the poll, right, guys? Yeah, it did. It was on the poll, which is pretty good considering that prior to that, it had never even been mentioned before, and it made it all the way to the poll. That Chrome says, well, Curtis, Dr. Stone only started fairly recently. I figured it must be. Wasn't that long ago season 1 ended. It's like Demon Slayer and how their brand new anime with massive support. Very different series, though. I know, yeah, and Demon Slayer was freaking fantastic. Demon Slayer's clearly up on my favorites list. I really, really had a good time with Demon Slayer. Who's more annoying, Tenten or Kabuto? Oh, Kabuto for me. I didn't find Tenten that annoying. I don't think she she didn't have an awful lot of value anywhere, I guess is the nicest way to put it, but I didn't find her really annoying. Gigamax says, I think you would enjoy it, Curtis. A bit more story and progression based. It's like a good educational show. Well, I'll tell you, Gigamax, if that first poll or first nominations thread that it was available for is any indication, it seems like it's got a good chance to be voted in, because I was shocked that something I had not even heard of before got that much support. My personal opinion, this is just a guess, I'm not trying to influence any votes to anybody who is or is going to be Gooshers. My personal opinion on the next time we have nominations in a poll, I'm gonna be surprised if Hajime no Ippo doesn't win. I really, it's been talked about for so long, and it just barely got nipped out last time. If I was gonna make Vegas odds on it, I would make Hajime no Ippo the favorite for the next poll. It'll be interesting to see. Tenten is worthless. Sakura is at least a worthy and accomplished medic. Wolverine. I knew you'd come into the defense there. Yeah, Lifer says Hajime was one of the first ones that got talked about, which only makes sense too when you think about it. With my history in boxing specifically, as well as just enjoying fighting. Yeah, I certainly ain't gonna complain if it's the one that gets voted in. That would be my guess. Johnny says, Curtis, is DNC trying to sway the voting? I'm not sure what you mean, Johnny. Sway it how? Did you guys hear about Jesse Ventura talking about running on the green ticket, though? He's got enough name recognition. That might end up giving the election to Trump, though. Dragon Ball Heroes must watch Angel Goku versus everyone? No, I still haven't seen the new Broly movie, Barney. I keep saying I'm going to sit down and watch it, and I still haven't gotten around to it. Do you think Dragon Ball Super is returning? I'm not a good one to ask, Jose. I'm not as up on, the day-to-day routines, the insider information on anime as most of the gang here. Most everybody here will give you a better take on that than I could. No, haven't seen Fate Zero either, Shirokage. That's another one does, but that one's done. That one's kind of odd. Every single nomination we've had, it gets mentioned and it gets support, but never like all the way, top end support. It usually finishes. It makes it to the polls, and then it usually finishes middle of the pack. Some point you would think it'd have to win. Smokey Loki says, "How well used was Binks Booze in that last One Piece episode? Unbelievable." Man, that was an emotional roller coaster. It was watching the Straw Hats disappear. And that's the thing. That show is just stunning. I fucking One Piece, man. And when they go after your feels, even in something like that, it's done so perfectly. Even the sound of the bubbles popping, as Kuma was taking them out, it got to be where the sound of the bubble popping elicited a visceral reaction from you. You'd hear the bubble pop, and it was like getting punched in the stomach. It's a good series. Just amazing. No, have not seen Vinland Saga, George. We've talked a lot about that one over the years here, but no, I haven't seen it. Igor, no. Did you see how the anime reaction community is suffering because of one YouTuber from Scotland? I don't want to say her name. I might get sued for harassment if I do. Really? No. This is some drama completely went by me, Igor. Oh no, somebody else with somebody else with a what should we say, questionable as far as likability personality. Johnny says, imagine we get to the end and the One Piece is just a swimsuit. But One Piece suit. Susie Lou. Oh, it's funny you guys say that name. I had no idea why, but I did see her mentioned on social media. It didn't interest me enough to follow up on it, but I did see some people talking about her. So I have no, I don't know what went on there, or should I just look it up on my own? Because I don't know what she did or anything. Look says, damn it. Oh, they're talking about the girl who strikes down criticism of herself. Oh, is she filing copyright strikes? Copyright claims on the One Piece is the friends we made along the way. I've heard other people saying that, BG, but didn't Oda say that that's not going to be the case though? I think. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I saw her mentioned on social media, but it didn't pique my interest enough to look into it. So sounds like a little Asian bitch, Em says. The most overpowered anime character, Yid? The most overpowered anime character, I would have to say, is clearly the boat rower from Naruto. Oda said it's a tangible reward. I knew it was something like that, Johnny. Yeah, because a lot of people had been theorizing things like that. No. I know you were joking, Big Green, but a lot of people weren't. Apparently, from what I've read, a lot of people were saying that, thinking that that's what they were going to do at the end, is just make the One Piece be the power of friendship type thing. And that's the only reason I bring it up, is a lot of people were serious about it, and then Oda came out and said, "Nah, that's not it." Milog says Dragon Ball Super will not return. There will, however, be another season called DB Duper, and one after that called Dragon Ball Pooper, and its sequel Pooper Scooper. Don't listen to me. Alexis, who's more of a badass rival, Vegeta or Sasuke? I don't think you can call one of them more badass than the other because of the entire different worlds in which they exist. I mean, they're both intense and very well done rivals for protagonists, but I don't think you can really. I don't know how you go about calling one better than the other. Megumin is the real One Punch Man. I love Megumin. She cracks me up. I love that whole series, Shirokage. Jeez, that's a great series. What do you think of Cauliflower getting Super Saiyan 2 so easily? I'll tell you, John, I'm not. I'm not as much a clinician as a lot of you guys are on anime. I don't have the knowledge to be as much of a clinician on anime as you guys do. But that said, it did seem a little too convenient for me. I said that in the reaction. It's like, wow, just feel it in your back. Okay, we reached that level. Here, well, let's just discuss how you get to the next level. Okay, there you are. And it seemed a bit convenient to me. Omega says, good to see you, pal. Boa Hancock isn't as hot, is hot. Oh, I'll try that again. Boa Hancock is hot as fuck. She's probably second on my waifu list behind Hinata. Again, seems like she'd be into some weird stuff. Yeah, that's always a plus for me too. I get what you're saying, Omega, because again, we've got Nico Robin there, and she's so high on my list, and I've only seen Boa Hancock in one episode so far, so obviously I'm still just learning about her. But that said, I already get that feel of what you're talking about how she might be kind of a freak. I like that. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I can see her innate freakiness coming up. Igor said even Funimation's lawyers are onto her. Susie moved her anime reactions to her website, and she still puts ads on it. Bruh. And she reports any YouTuber who dares to dispute her. Really? Wow. I didn't hear anything about that. Wow. I'll have to take a look at that. Curtis being dominated. Oh yeah. She can. Boa Hancock could dominate me all day long. I'd be just fine with that. Chrome says Sakura Kinimoto is best Sakura. Naruto Sakura can't even fly, let alone play magic card games. In 2 episodes, Card Captor Sakura wins more fights than Naruto Sakura. I'm anxious. We'll be watching that next episode of that shortly, Chrome. Probably, say Thursday. Might not be till Sunday. It'll be sometime between now and Sunday, though. Or through Sunday. Thanks, Mr. Prince Music. I appreciate that. Loki says, friendship is great, but it would make for a really corny ending if that were the case. Yeah. Plus, we all know Luffy is hoping it's one giant piece of meat. Yeah, that would be too. And you guys know I'm huge into that whole friendship thing, especially within the framework of One Piece. But yeah, that would have been a total and completely ridiculous cop-out. Yeah, I completely agree. No, I didn't hear that. Dr. Philly Joel says, did you hear that Toei accidentally struck their own channel? Hilarious. I didn't hear that. That is pretty funny. I'm surprised. Toei, again, for us, what we're doing, I like the way Toei's handling it. Third party claiming the videos just to take the monetization is perfect for me. That way we get to keep posting them. Omega says, you know me, I like them freaky. Yep, I'm with you. Igor says, Susie tried to flag some official YouTube channels because of anime, when those YouTube channels belong to the company that created the anime. Because of that, almost every reactor is being targeted. Oh, I haven't, for me anyway, I haven't had any type of targeting other than the usual, and within the new framework that YouTube has put up, like I said in that video earlier, because they've made it more sensible how they do the copyright claims. Typically, the worst case scenario you're going to get is a block, and like we did on Death Note, if it gets blocked, we won't post them here at YouTube. Nothing wrong with freaky at all, Em. Nothing freaky, nothing wrong with that at all. I agree. Luke says, what's this about freaky? Shirokage says, if a girl can put me in a wheelchair after one night, I call that a win. That's definitely a win. Have you seen the new Yid Army says, have you seen the new Filthy Frank YouTube channel? Not as good as the original, but still funny. Yeah, I saw, and nothing against the guy. I just don't really have an interest in it. Papa Franco was just like once in a lifetime thing as far as that style of humor and everything. So I never really got interested in it. Chrome says, I haven't heard that flagging official channel thing. All I know is she's friends with YouTube staff, so she gets preferential treatment. Oh, really? Oh, there's a big shocker. That's starting to sound like shades of what goes on over at Twitter. Chrome says, yeah, I just checked to make sure the sub only finished December 13th for Dr. Stone. Dub ended end of February. Dr. Stone is a series that teaches children how to make nitroglycerin and dynamite. Nice! It's explosive. Yatami says Susie Lou even had her Patreon videos purged through the upcoming lawsuits, and it made her Patreon so angry. It's like she scammed them. Well, that's what I've told people all along. Is people say, well, you move things over to Patreon where there's no copyright. That's not true. I still would have to defend copyright over at the Patreon. It's just that over there it has to be done properly, the way that copyright was designed to be handled here in America. And I think off the top of my head, my guess is if she's having this much difficulty with them, it's probably because she pissed a lot of people off. And again, this is just a guess. I don't know this to be fact. I think as far as Patreon and stuff, I don't really think most of the anime companies are that worried about it. When you have a closed off audience who's paying to see the videos, that you got to remember that paying to see is very important if you have to defend what you're doing, because it makes a very strong case that people are there watching for the reaction when they're actually paying something to go see them, when we know that every anime out there is available for free on the internet. So it kind of kills the notion that people are watching the reaction to see the original if they're paying for it, if that makes any sense. So for them to have gone after her even over there, I would say it's because she's specifically pissed people off. Wolverine says, please play Ninja Info cards in the background. We haven't listened to Ninja Info cards in a while. I try not to tempt fate at all on the live streams if I can, only because obviously if we get any type of issue with the live stream, they stop us from streaming. Gimster says, just watched another vid about the greatest. I'm going to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A man can't hit what his eyes can't see. Yeah, good old Ali was just, that whole era, the 70s and heavyweight boxing was just, boy, we probably won't see, at least in my lifetime, but who knows, that could be a couple weeks. But we probably won't, I certainly won't see again an era of fighting of any type like it was 70s heavyweight boxing. It was just amazing that there were that many great fighters in there together all the time. I used to watch her before she pulled that stuff, Arthur said. Yeah, see, I'm way behind the loop. I didn't even know who she was. But that's, well, thanks, Armand. I appreciate that. From India. And again, it's just a guess, because the companies aren't unaware of Patreon. So if they're going after her through those means, it's likely going to be because she pissed people off. That would be my guess. Oh, well, hold on. I'll look her up quick. I'll see what the news is. Now you guys got me. What'd you say, Lou? Susie Lou? Let's see what's being said. Right, kind of made the worst response. Oh, here we go. Here's an article about the depressing case of scandal-ridden YouTube streamer Susie Lou. This is from ccn.com. Revolutionary build up videos. She's about nearly full episodes of the internet reacting to it, turns shady behavior on and off YouTube and Twitch. Aha. Susie Lou started primarily as a gaming YouTuber. And a copyright strike against her channel. When a Twitter account screenshots, a Twitter account called Comment Cop, she was upset with her channel was being prevented from uploading content. Comment Cop had just posted a tweet against Susie Lou herself. After claiming copyright strike against a channel called Markup Dark, she acted very unsympathetically. You steal, you get striked, was her opening words in a tweet to him about the situation. Wow. Wow, I guess it is quite a better history of the first kind. She sounds like an idiot. I mean, she really does. She sounds like just an asshole. Maybe ask for permission before you take their content. Wow. Yep, false copywriting channels. Worse is she doesn't upload because all she does is she may just put out numerous videos a single day. Huh. That was interesting. I'm glad you guys brought it up. I knew nothing about. I'm back to the chat now, guys. I can see it again. That was interesting. There was a little article about her. I just caught up a little bit on it, but Sounds like she's an asshole overall, to me anyway. But see, well, now as far as like normally under copyright conditions, what happens is, and again, YouTube is the one that created shortcuts to all this. But say somebody wanted to come after our Patreon because they felt their copyright was violated. Typically, what you get first is a cease and desist letter. That's typically how it goes. Then you can read the contents of the cease and desist letter. At that point, you have the option to take down their content, or basically say, no, fuck you. What I'm doing is within fair use. If you want it taken down, take me to court and we'll work it out there. That's basically how it's supposed to happen. Yeah, she's a narcissist. Don't expect much. Krusty Bomb says. Sounds like she's a real asshole. I mean, just plain and simple. Just from perusing these articles and what you guys said. No, the Minecraft server. I had all kinds of trouble with the server for some reason. Bless you. If I were to start another one, I'm gonna unfortunately have to go to a different company. Plus that, and it even could be partially because of the problems, but everybody seemed to have just lost interest. It just really wasn't used much, so I just took it down. Arthur says, also she argued that Sakura wasn't useless. I know, right? Oh, poor Wolverine. And Wolverine's right behind it. Sakura's the best medic in Naruto. Second, only to Tsunade, but even then Tsunade has far more experience. She takes copyright dildos up the butt, Alex says. Chrome says, I was more surprised to find out there's a big Scottish reactor out there. Vids are pretty generic. She was in the last YouTube Rewind vid and praised it. Shows how close to YouTube staff she is. Yeah, I saw that in the article. I was just perusing there, Chrome. That surprises me. They put her in a YouTube Rewind, but like you say, obviously she's connected. No, see, the big thing is what you would have to do if there really was, you wanted to battle the copyright claim, you have to appeal to the courts, and this has been done on a number of occasions, that copyright law is left vague because we know that forms of media are always evolving. So your stance would be that these reaction videos fit into that category because they do not in any way harm the original creator's ability to make money from their creation, so on and so forth. Who would win? You don't know. It hasn't been contested all the way yet. I'm sure a lot of the reason why the Japanese companies haven't gone that far yet is because they're not sure they would win it. And it would be worse for them if they lose than it would be for the reactors if they lose. Because if the Japanese companies were to pursue that and lose in court, do you know how many reaction channels would start the next day? Oh, M had to go? I didn't see it. Oh, gotta go walk this dog, so I need to go, but I'll jump back if you're still here. Okay, M, we'll watch for you. Tony says, Curtis, sorry if you've answered this. What is your absolute favorite anime you reacted to? Again, I don't necessarily, because it depends day to day what I feel like watching, but in my upper tier of anime are Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but that could go on. I mean, Mob Psycho 100 is right there. That was so good. Overlord, I can't wait to get back to it all depends on what I happen to be in the mood for at a given time. Konosuba, I can't wait to see again. I got to make time to rewatch those. Got to be talking about Susie Lou, because Igor says, if she ever has a daughter, I bet my money she'll name her Karen. High School DxD, Rip Foxy, is excellent. And I have no problem admitting, I fully own the fact that I started watching it because I knew of the impressive titties, but I ended up really liking that anime. I think it's hilarious. I love the characters. Mr. Prince Music says, should Kabuto have died by cock and ball torture? Well, in fact, see, Mr. Prince Music, by the end of Shippuden, I didn't hate Kabuto as much as I had throughout most of the story. But that being said, I wouldn't have minded that. No, I would have still been okay with that. Igor says, talk about her, but don't put her name in the title, Curtis. Her simp boyfriend might sue you for harassment since he's a lawyer. She might report you too. Yeah. See, now, that part wouldn't intimidate me, but I would never mention her because I don't find her interesting enough to mention. Fuck her. I'm surprised though. Usually something within the community that's that big, as big as that has been, I'm usually more aware of it. Again, I did see her name, but I never followed up on it. I didn't know what it was about. Arthur says, "How'd you find a whammon capable of your degeneracy?" Oh, my wife just does a lot of head shaking and walking away. Something I can't wait to see our brain damage old Kaja react to, Gimster says, is that one line in the Konosuba movie, because something is. That's the only part of the movie I know of. I'm dying to see that movie. I love Konosuba. I it's so difficult to even think about trying to do movie reactions, but I want to see that movie. God, Konosuba was so good. Hey, Jonathan. Isn't she a Twitcher though? I just read the article. Susie Liu. I think wasn't she both guys? Wasn't Susie Liu? No, I'm not sure what I read. The gang here will know. Was she YouTube and Twitch? I just read that little article about her and I already forgot. Big surprise. uh, Didn't Susie's boyfriend not finish college? That would sound about right. Somebody on the internet claiming to be a lawyer who didn't finish college. That would be perfectly apropos, I would say, in this situation. Krusty Bomb's gonna check. By the way, you two forced me to put whammon instead of woman because it kept blocking the super chat. Jesus Christ. She's on OnlyFans? Is she Licks? She posting nudes on OnlyFans? Oh, Code Geass, it's so good. Yeah, getting better and better. As it's building more and more, it just keeps getting better and better. I like C2. Smokey Loki says, which anime that you've watched would you say had the best fan service? Not necessarily the most, but the best. Quality over quantity. Ooh. Yeah, but let me think them through first, Loki. And I know what you're saying, quality over quantity, but for me, it's hard to top High School DxD for that. I know the quantity is ridiculous, but so is the quality. Yeah, I'd have to keep thinking it through, but off the top of my head, I would still have to say DxD just because you guys know how I feel about Akano. But Akano and Rias as a team, that's kind of hard. And even that I can't remember her name in this. The chick that first takes out Issei, his initial girlfriend there, she was insanely hot too. Omega says, I don't know who this bitch is, but I don't like her. That's where I am, Omega. This is, this first I heard her name, but this is the first I looked into anything to do with her, and yeah, she seems like, well, basically. Oh, Krusty Bomb says she is a YouTuber, has a Patreon, OnlyFans account for the forehead, probably, and was on Twitch. Oh, but that's the account that was terminated. Okay, well, that makes more sense. Okay, I wasn't completely understanding. Now I get what you guys are saying. So basically, she's surviving on YouTube because she's hooked up with YouTube staff. She's friends with them. But her Twitch account was the one that was terminated. Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. Now that makes sense. Yeah, I heard about that, Persona. Attack on Titan Season 4 may be postponed due to the virus. It's been a lot of potential or already existing anime related things postponed because of the virus. It's well, there's so many unfortunate things about the virus, but yeah. Chrome says her YouTube got terminated during Christmas. Oh, but that turned out to be a bot error that got fixed. Okay. Okay, I gotcha. What was that? Speaking of a YouTube account, Crestbound says it was completely terminated twice, but reinstated by YouTube. Okay, so that was the bot error. Gotcha. Yeah, she just seems like an asshole. First of all, and see, for me, especially not because I do reaction videos, but just in general, how I feel about things. Anything so far that I've posted to YouTube, I wouldn't care if anybody reposts them in any form they want. I mean, it would be nice if, as like we do, if just put a link to the original video, but who cares? It's now I could see if somebody is just taking the content and just posting it and trying to make, just because that's just wrong in every sense of the word, no matter who you're doing that with. But if somebody wants to post a reaction, or somebody wants to make a comment, whether it be good or bad on anything I've done, I don't care if they post it. Go ahead. I don't even understand why someone would. All it's bound to do is give a little more promotion to my channel anyway. Zeno says, is it still fan service when the teats are bare? High school DxD provoking the real important questions here. I would say it's still fan service, though. No? I think so, Zeno. I think it would be. I see what you're saying. Would fan service be allowed or be restricted to scenes that require more imagination? You could probably make that case. I don't think so, though. I think when the girls are out there flailing around, it still counts. Why aren't people doing nude reactions on Pornhub? I don't know. Are there? But I'll bet you if you gave somebody that idea, yeah, I would say they would probably take it and run with it. That's the deal. So let's start beef with Susie Lou. I'd have to have, to be perfectly honest with you, I'd have to have more interest in her. I think people like what she seems to be are just the dregs of society, and I don't even get motivated enough to have at it, to even go at her anyway, because I really don't give a fuck about her at all. I'd be more likely, if I was going to have drama with somebody, it'd be somebody else with a legitimate perspective that is opposite my own than it would be somebody who's just a total non-factor in life. Chrome, stop that. Chrome says, please, for the love of all that is good in the world, do not give Curtis ideas to do naked reactions. Listen, even if I wouldn't, all it's got to happen is it gets run by Golden one. Well, he doesn't even care about making reactions or anything, though. He just wants to to be whatever the hell it is that he is. Yeah, he doesn't have any extra interests. Brother E says, hello everyone. Hey Curtis, I see you started doing more anime reaction on the channel. I'm out of the loop. The Japanese companies were able to allow you to put them up again. Well, no, we've been talking about that, Brother E. It's not anything to do with that, as again, Death Note just got blocked, so Death Note won't be back. But what it is YouTube changed the arrangement of their copyright claims, so it's not where these companies can just come in and file a whole bunch of copyright claims and get your channel taken down, which is what they used to like to try and do, because Japanese companies don't like American fair use. So given that, it's allowed me to test the waters and find out things like Toei seems to be cool with us posting the Dragon Ball Super videos, and they just come in and take the monetization from them. So it's just allowed me to start experimenting to see what we can post, and hopefully being able to share some anime reactions with the gang here. So that's about it. Glenn says, wait, can we get naked Curtis reactions? Is that on the table? No, it's not my dying wish. Yada Man says, Curtis, just a question. Is the train still coming there while in quarantine? Just curious. Yes, nothing stops the train. Nothing. No virus. No. Listen, after the nuclear holocaust, these fucking trains will still be running past whatever's left of the smoking embers of my house. There's no question about it. I have some beef to give to Susie Lou. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Loki says. Mihawk says, I bet Golden's newest video is going to be a mosaic abstract art piece he made of his own genitals after watching this. His genitals being involved in whatever it is would not surprise me at all. I will pay for naked Curtis. Nobody can stop me. I haven't seen the Konosuba movie yet, JP. I've got to make time to sit down and watch it. I just love Konosuba. Yeah, now the train should be coming by shortly. BG's right. As soon as it gets mentioned, it usually shows up. I don't know, Licks. I should be making an OnlyFans. Can you imagine? Could you imagine it now? If I made an OnlyFans and it was in relation to the things we talk about here or something like that, or I made an OnlyFans where where you can come in and hear what I have to say about the latest goings on in wrestling or something where I do actually have a little bit of knowledge, that'd be one thing. If I made an OnlyFans that featured nudes of me, the only thing more disturbing than that to me would be the people that actually sign up for it. Gimster says, now that the new anime reactions are on the channel, could you post full anime movies on the channel next? Seems like a reasonable request to me. Absolutely, Gimster, sure. Full ones know they'd have to be edited, if at all. You guys are funny. I would sim Curtis so hard. You guys are a fucking riot. You know what? I had oh, excuse me, guys. I got a terrible itch in my ear. With the OnlyFans thing being so big, I honestly thought about how funny it would be to set up an OnlyFans, but I don't want people going in there. I wouldn't even have any idea of what kind of content, idiotic content to put on it. And I don't want people spending money to come in there and find out that I don't really have an idea what's going on. Now, I've already mentally signed up for nude OnlyFans, Jack Queen says. Now, actually, I think you guys should run this past Golden. Golden with an OnlyFans would be pure gold. Yeah. And you guys have more knowledge. I mean, I know what the concept of OnlyFans is. Is OnlyFans typically, are the people who create OnlyFans accounts, is it typically always for lewd reasons, or do they have OnlyFans that are experts in certain fields, or how I don't know much about OnlyFans. I've never really been on there. Hey Steve, good to see you. Can your wife react to corn? Oh, switch to C for a P. Yeah, my wife ain't gonna be reacting to anything. She doesn't. The only time she ever comes on camera is just because she knows how important you guys are to me and how much a part of my life this is. So she's willing to do different spots that you've seen over the years with you guys. But that's it. Pure gold. But I had to do it. VG had to do it. Lud says, I mean, really, we pay this old man every month to see him react to Japanese cartoons. True. And for him to read our comments on live streams, we're already simping hard for. That's true, Lud. That's true. I didn't even think of it that way. You're right. Golden's going to start doing gameplay videos. He's going to play Saints Row the Third in real life. Boy, fetch me my dildo bat. Mihawk. Pretty sure OnlyFans is all about the news. That's what I would think, Krusty Bomb. Again, I haven't. Geez, I should probably look into that more if there's that much to do with nudes, huh? Zeno says, just put on hentai in the background really loud and stare at the camera for 15 minutes and that'd be your OnlyFans. That works. And make these faces. Yeah, now we'd be talking. You guys are funny. In boxers dance lewdly, Drive says. I don't. What is? Hold on. While I was gonna bring you guys with me, but I don't know what I'm getting into looking at OnlyFans. So hold on. I don't want to have to. I like being able to post the streams to the channel once we're done with them, because you guys know 92 cents. So I'm careful about what we put on here. Okay, OnlyFans. Oh shit! Before I can even get in, I'd have to set up an account and everything. It says log in. Don't have an account. Yeah, I'll do it later. I was just gonna see what it looked like there. I'll commission a nude response to Susie Lou, Arthur says. Golden's OnlyFans with the whole internet shut down. Possibly the world, Licks. Can you imagine Golden with an army? No, that would be bad. OnlyFans, Chrome says, OnlyFans is basically prostitution without the sex. It's pretty sad, especially since younger kids use it as well. Disgusting. See, I don't know an awful lot about it. Wow. And they don't even have any type, Chrome, they don't have any type of filters or anything? Jesus Christ. Just mentioning Golden OnlyFans made me pregnant. Yeah, I just don't, I know of OnlyFans, and the only way I knew of OnlyFans is from conversation about people who have been posting their nudes to it, but I didn't know if it was exclusive to that or if there were other OnlyFans accounts as well. Mr. Prince Music says, Curtis, may I have my butt grabbing privilege back? Butt grabbing privilege is of utmost priority, absolutely. Cthulhu says, Susie sounds like a classy case of coronavirus if coronavirus had a terminally degenerative STD that spread to its brainstem. Yikes. Ocha says, OnlyFans is like premium Pornhub. Brother, he says, Curtis, how are you enjoying Bleach? Loving Bleach. It's a blast. Have a marathon worth of episodes to catch up. Also, since when did we start getting thumbnails on the Goosh again? Miss seeing your thumbnails for the reactions. Well, that was because Patreon started doing something differently. And I'm still not sure what they did code-wise. But when I would go to post, when you go to post, you select what type of post. And when I would push video, click video, and put the link in, it wasn't working. So I'm like, okay, now what the hell? And they had just done an update. So it might even be fixed by now. But as a workaround, I post the videos as pictures. So that allows me to put the thumbnail as the picture, and then I just put the link to the video in the description. And it actually has worked out better, so I haven't even looked to see if they had fixed the original issue. Because I like that better, because we do have some sort of thumbnail up on it now. Chrome says their filters are you over 18? That's it, huh? And we know how young kids use it, pretending to be over 18, sell nudes and other things for money. Oh, see, I didn't know about all this. Jesus Christ. Luke says, I'm still not over that time you ripped off your shirt mid-gooshing. That's right, I forgot about that one. It's a couple of weeks ago. Imagine if Curtis made TikTok skits. You know, I thought about that, because I like doing short skits. Always did, Mr. Prince Music. But if I did that, I'd just do it here at the YouTube channel. Why have all you guys go to yet another form of social media? If I wanted to make a short, quick, stupid video, it's easy to do it right here. Krusty Bomb. I just heard that Kim Jong-un is sick. I guess that makes him Kim Jong-il. Yuck. TikTok is garbage. Yeah, I don't have a TikTok, Wolverine. And again, it's just because I barely have time to pay attention to and put time into all the social media I have now, so I just don't look for any other social media outlets. My nipples just got an erection, Jack Queen says. Lixbox says, I once heard that somebody used OnlyFans and Discord to sell nudes for Animal Crossing villagers. Oh my God, really? I love the internet. Arthur says, do you think a war with China is likely? A conventional war? A war of violence? No. I think there's a real possibility that China is going to face a lot of sanctions. I hope so, from nations throughout the world, but it degenerating into a war? Nah, I don't think so. Jacqueline says, I fucking hate TikTok. I work in education. That thing is a goddamn nightmare. Is it? I don't know much about it at all. Hey, Robbie. Christobom says, I tried to get into a very trendy London nightclub last Saturday. The doorman said to me, sorry, mate, you've had too many. I said, what, drinks? He said, no, birthdays. Yeah, then I've had way too fucking many of those. Chrome is just put off by the fact that TikTok is even still a thing. Chrome says, I seriously hope OnlyFans get stomped into the ground, because there's no way they're not aware that kids are using the service on both ends. It's disgusting, like how Twitter doesn't deal with pedos. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I thought initially when I first heard of it, I thought OnlyFans was just another way for, whether it was social media influencers, lower level celebrities, whatever, to have their own, like, private little fan club type thing. And then I started to find out that it was almost, all the ones that I knew of were just posting nudes. And that's when I got wondering, well, maybe that's all it is just nudes, and there isn't anything of a regular fan club type element to it. M says, hey, good, M's back. I don't understand the point of TikTok. It's videos, but are the same damn things constantly because people just copy each other's videos. Well, that's the impression I've gotten. And again, I don't have a TikTok and never really paid attention to it. But I've heard that from others, M. It's just like somebody comes up with a short skit or a stupid stunt, and then everybody else does it too, and everybody on TikTok gets together and they applaud for one another. That's again, that's not to my knowledge. That's just from what I've read, people basically giving the rundown of what TikTok is. It's for unfunny high schoolers, Lick says. I like that. That's good description. Leslie says, I heard iDubbbz's girlfriend started posting on OnlyFans and he supported her and is okay with guys jacking off to her pics. I had heard something about that. Wasn't there a big controversy between him and, who was it? Ethan? Wasn't there something going on between him and Ethan over it? I thought. I could be wrong on that. Again, I don't follow the drama all that closely, but I thought there was something going on about that. Smokey Loki says, COVID-19 has revealed the world's overdependence on China for goods. That's for goddamn sure. Hopefully this will create a shift in economics where countries are more self-reliant and in the long term will cut the proverbial umbilical cord to China. I agree with you completely, Loki. And it's something I think we need to do here in America for sure. Again, it's going to suck that we pay a little more for certain goods, but I think the trade-off is way more than well worth it. Yeah, I absolutely agree that's got to be done. Because again, people say, well, why does it cost more? But it's because over in China, they'll pay their workers 30 cents an hour. You can't compete with that in a fair, equitable society. So the things that there's a reason that they're able to create shit, whether it's Nike sneakers or toilet paper, whatever the case may be. They can create anything cheaper because they don't pay anybody anything over there. And typically, and they also have no standards. You know, whatever you want to create over there, you're pretty much just left to your own devices. There's no standard set. Zorg Void says, let's eat some bats, guys. Fuck the world. Yeah, pretty much. Wix says, wait, they pay their workers? Well, they're alleged to have paid them, Wix. I'm not going to go on record as saying that's an absolute, but I've heard that they do. Brother E says, for Bleach, the story is pretty average, but it's the characters in the show that help make the arcs more interesting. I love the characters so far. The current arc you are on is the best one of the series due to the characters. Yeah, the Soul Reapers are cool. I like learning about all the... Because I thought when we came into that section, all the Soul Reapers were just going to, be a gang of thugs type thing. But they're not. They're really cool individual characters, and I like that a lot. Chrome says, if you want to compete with China's production, you'll really need to push automation. Yeah, which people will fight against, but heavily automated factories in the U.S. and UK would sweep the leg out of China. Yeah, I agree, Chrome. But I think there's a way... Well, of course, we're going to be into a whole new economic reality once we get to the other side of the COVID here. But okay, prior to the coronavirus, we're at a perfect time to do it because we already had unemployment down to such historic lows that if you tried to balance the scales of bringing in some automation and yet still allowing Americans to work in the production fields, I think it could have been done more effectively than whatever we're going to unfortunately be facing now. I think, too, I got to look it up. I thought I didn't get to watch Cuomo's press conference today. Didn't he say something about similar to those two surveys they had done in California? Didn't they already do some testing in New York? And I could be wrong because I was going by the TV. My wife had it on downstairs and I was only catching bits and pieces. But didn't he say they had done some antibody testing and they're finding out that the number of people that have already had COVID is just astronomical? I don't know if any of you guys even saw it was on just a little while ago, saw his presser today, but that I thought that's what I heard. I got to look it up. M says, most bats are pretty cute, but many species are kind of like pigeons and mosquitoes that carry diseases, but hella cute, yeah. Curtis, what's your opinion on 2A? I personally think all law-abiding citizens should be able to protect themselves. Yes, Mr. Prince Music, that's mine. I'm a Second Amendment supporter, yes. To be honest with you, Trevor, I forgot about the draft tonight. Now that you say it, yeah, as long as I remember, yes, I'll probably be watching. I usually watch the draft every year. I completely forgot about it. I hope every player of the Cowboys pick is a bust Steelers fan. Well, I'm a Cowboys fan, but you may get your wish because, well, they've been better recently. But the Cowboys have had a history of some less than stellar selections. OnlyFans live streams are the weirdest place ever, Sajil says. You're jerking off to the girl twerking, and you look at the chat and somebody says, I just came, or here comes the second load, baby, kills the mood. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think I'm just as well not diving into the whole OnlyFans pond here. Ichigo loses his virginity. Spoilers. How is Dragon Ball Super making me feel, Daniel? I'm long done with Dragon Ball Super. I finished that last summer. I loved Dragon Ball Super. It was good. Okay, now I'm caught back up. Okay, I see where we were. I hope COVID gets under control before mosquitoes come out. Yeah, really. I'd argue is even if they're heavily automated, bringing those factories over here would result in more jobs for our country. You could be right, Chrome. Without it, the jobs would only be in China, not our countries. No, no disagreement from me. Because even with heavy automation, obviously you still have to have a human element involved. It's a lesser human element per factory. Yeah, no, absolutely. Anything has got to be better than what we're doing now, which is this total reliance on China for so many things. Cash Dragonlight says, I've been hearing the antibody tests are still pretty faulty. Are you? I've been wondering about that. I've been waiting to hear. I haven't seen of the new crop of antivirus tests or the antibody tests they have. I hadn't heard anything really results wise on that. That's gonna suck. If they're still unreliable, that sucks. Because then you really don't know. Because it's starting, boy, there's more and more information out there. It's starting to make you think that we may be much further along with this virus than we thought. It's starting to sound like a lot more people have had it than we ever imagined. Excuse me, guys. Arthur says, next post, please. Oh, it's right here. I tend to see a lot of people complain about abuse of a platform and how they should do more about it. And then when they do put something through, those same people complain about how it affects them. Abuse of a platform when they do so. I don't know what you're talking about specifically, Arthur, but I think, I don't think you're wrong. I think that's true with everything, though. You're always going to, well, sometimes it's the same people that will complain that they want ABC and they give it to them, and then their complaint becomes XYZ. Sure. Excuse me. Mr. Prince Music, if you like Pornhub, you'll love Pornhub Live. I wonder if schools will be canceled in September again. My guess, it's just me, will depend on location. I think everybody's starting to finally understand and realize, everybody being the government, that certain areas are obviously going to be able to open up sooner than others. It's not hard to see where someplace like New York City is going to need to wait longer to try and get back to any sense of normalcy than even, where I live, just 150 miles north of them, because it's just, there's nothing of the magnitude of what's going on down there anywhere else in the state. Wolverine says, my milkshake brings back to the yard. No homo. Here's Money Puncher Kid. I would. Gimstreet's not here. He left. He took off a little while ago. I'll punch. It won't be as satisfying, but when I see him again after the stream, I'll punch him. BBC. How about BBW? Has anyone notified Curtis that Pornhub Premium and Xvideos Red are free right now for the duration of the quarantine? Yeah, somebody said something about Pornhub Premium. I didn't know about Xvideos Red, too. God damn. It is... That's really a sharing is caring moment. When the porn purveyors are willing to give us a little something extra, it hits me in the emotions. Brother E says, in my opinion, New York State first did a horrendous job in handling the COVID pandemic. I agree with you. At first, the miscommunication and delayed responses between Cuomo and de Blasio jeopardized many people in New York. Absolutely. And then you had de Blasio in early March telling people that there was basically nothing to worry about, and go. What was it? Go. Wasn't he pointing out specific plays you could go see and stuff like that? Let's just punch his chair. I can do that. That's not a problem. Let's see. Corona is one hell of a vicious virus, honestly, Chrome says. We still have the winter second wave to deal with that experts expect to hit even harder. I hope we have a real treatment by then to mitigate it. Well, in fairness, though, too, Chrome, and that could be the case, but not all experts are in agreement on that. Some epidemiologists believe that there won't be a second wave of this just based on prior coronaviruses. I was reading an article about it the other day, and even in fairness, even the guy who wrote this article said he could be wrong. This is his thoughts on it, but coronaviruses are so unpredictable you don't know. But he said the majority of coronaviruses of which we're aware came in, infected, you had that curve, then they had their life expectancy and went away. He said they're not known for second waves. However, there have been coronaviruses that have had not only second but third waves. But this epidemiologist, two of them that I was reading, their thoughts are they don't think this one's going to do it, and all we can do is hope they're right. But yes, others do believe that there will be. Just got a super chat for a punch. The dog thinks she's gonna block it. Ooh, look. Ooh. Dog's like, what? Look at what? And that's all that's in the chat now. Punch him, punch backs, beat the boy. Arcane Mystic says, hey Curtis, Tampa Bay now has Brady and the Gronk is back. I know. Playing there with Brady. Do you believe Tampa Bay can contend for a Super Bowl? There's a chance, and I would love to hear your input. I'd have to be honest with you, Arcane Mystic, I don't remember offhand. I was thinking about that the other day because, it's such huge news. With any situation like that, a lot of it comes down to the O-line. I think offensive line play in football is one of the most underrated or under-discussed things there is. I don't know. I'd have to research more how good Tampa Bay's line is. Because as brilliant as Brady is, as Gronk was, Gronk's had a lot of injuries in that year off and everything. We'll see how he comes back. If you don't have a line, especially those guys getting older like they are, no. If the line doesn't even have to be up to the standards that, well, the Cowboys now they lost Frederick, of course, he had to retire. So, but the standard that the Cowboys say had been setting for the last few years, it doesn't even have to be that level. But I think it's got to be upper level for them to contend. And it may be. I really haven't, I don't remember enough about it. I'd have to look more into it and see where their line stands. Daniel, man, Tom Brady is the traitor. The GOAT left the Patriots. It'll be interesting to see how things flesh out there. But I think with that talent, it's going to come down to how good their line is. Tampa has, Trevor says Tampa has one good guard and that's it. And Gronk's a good blocker. Absolutely. Yeah, if you don't, and again, especially now because you got to remember, Tom Brady is, and I'm not a Brady fan, but I do think he's now solidified himself as the greatest of all time at the position. However, he ain't going to run away from anybody. So, especially at this point in his career, if your line can't give him decent time, then no, I don't think they're a contender. Smokey Loki says, punch back, Curtis. Do you want him to feel left out when other kids at school are talking about their beatings? Don't you love him? Loki makes a good point. A lot of kids are taking beatings now because of the shutdown or the quarantine. He doesn't want you to feel left out.
Well,
so here comes the dog. Oh, you too? You want to go too? Huh? You think I can't punch that kid? Huh? Come on, let's go. You want to go? Oh, geez, I don't care about your bone. I think I told you guys that. I bought her that rawhide bone. It's like her favorite thing in the history of the world. Gimster says, I can remember when Brax was too small to fight back from your beating size. Such blissful memories. Oh, it went by too fast, though, Gimster. By the time he was our little squeaker. Yeah. Fist Brax to death, no homo, Wolverine says. Tom Brady was a guy. Yeah, I mean, what Brady did, because the thing was, the Brady Belichick connection, and again, I don't say this as a partisan. I'm not a Patriots fan, but Belichick as the scheme master and Brady as the executioner. I've never, I go back to, I'm a Cowboys fan. You can go back to Landry and Staubach and everything, but nah, nobody was as deadly as those two. Brother, he says Cuomo pissed me off when he had that press conference on hand soap. At time, he had issue of shutting down public schools and limiting mass gatherings and hoarding in grocery stores. And you discuss soap. Well, yeah, Cuomo's had a few missteps himself, and at least he's finally starting to recognize the delineation between New York City and the rest of the state. Let's hope I'm hoping as an upstater he stays with that as well. First time Curtis doesn't care about the bone, Lou says. Of course, we all remember Filthy Frank Diavolo. I love Papa Franco. Excuse me. Twisted version of Uma called Thurman, Willie says. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to have to hang it up for today. Today I was a little behind. No, I got a giant behind. So I got a bunch of editing yet to do for the day. But thank you. Thanks for hanging out in the stream. We all know what tomorrow is. It's free for all Friday. I'll never understand. It's especially now we have these types of stream pretty much every day. But Free for All Fridays, there's just something extra special weird in the air on Free for All Fridays. And you guys know how I love some good weirdness, and I get amped for it. But thank you for this stream. This was a blast. This was a lot of fun. I'll probably go look a little bit more. You guys got me interested in that now. I'll see what the whole Susie Lou thing is, so if we discuss it anymore, I can have at least a little something more to add to it. But early impression is she's just kind of a douche. All that said, everybody gather around, get ready. Now this is sticky. This is the sticky stuff that is anticipating Free for All Friday. So I think this sticky stuff that I share with you right now is going to be very hopeful and very excited about its future. So it's probably quality sticky stuff. Pamfu. Here it comes. Is it quality? Do you feel more hopeful? Put the sticky stuff all over you, and you'll just feel yourself becoming hopeful and knowing that the world is right. Everything is right with the world because tomorrow is Free for All Friday. Sticky stuff for everybody. Will bang, okay, flashily, like our boy Buggy. And as always, most importantly, and especially in anticipation of a Free for All Friday, goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.